The pre-process before the key expansion is a compression permutation box. For shift left hardware and software, we input 28 bits. Once the shift left operation is over, next function we call is the combine function. Hello students, welcome to the next session of Network Security. I am Dr. Soumyashree from Department of Computer Science, Vidhyashram College. In the last session, I told you about the data encryption standard. How does the data encryption standard is going to use different permutation boxes and substitution box to encrypt as well as decrypt the text, isn't it? So we use the DES structure where it will be having an initial permutation and final permutation which are keyless, and 16 Feistel rounds which uses the 48-bit round key to generate a encrypted cipher text, isn't it? As we know, even though initial and final permutations are used, they are not significant because they are keyless. Along with that, in Feistel rounds, what we use is the compression box, expansion box, substitution boxes, and the XOR operation where actually the encryption happens with the XOR operation by using the key. The only step where the 48-bit round key is used is the XOR operation. Nowhere else we are going to use the 48-bit round key, isn't it? Along with that, we have viewed the diagrammatic representation of the round key generator. How does the round key will be generated using the 56 bits? Okay. Now, let's look more about the key generator. Okay. Once again, I'll just showing the diagrammatic representation of the round key generator where we use the compression box for dropping the parity from 64-bit to 56 bits, okay, in which the 8 bits will be for parity. That parity bit will be dropped when key is to be generated. Next, the 56 bits is divided into two parts, that is 28 bits and 28 bits. Each set of 28 bits is applied to a shift left operation where shift left operation will shift 1 bit for certain rounds, that is first round, second round, 9th round and 16th round. All 4 rounds will make the 28-bit key shift to the left position by 1 bit, whereas with other rounds 2 bits will be shifted for the left position. Okay, both will be shifted for 1 or the 2 bits, and again we'll have 28 bits of result from this shift operation. Now these 28 bits are again combined to form 56 bits, but actually how much we need? It's only 48 bits. So again we use a compression P box which gives the result of 48 bits. These 48 bits are given to the or provided to the XOR operation to perform the encryption, isn't it? So this same procedure is followed for all the 16 rounds, isn't it? Let's check with each of the operation in the key generator. First comes is the parity drop. First step is dropping the parity bits. Okay. The pre-process before the key expansion is a compression permutation box. We use a compression permutation box which drops the parity. As we know, compression box, what it will do? It will reduce the number of ports, isn't it? How does it reduce the number of ports? Is by dropping certain bits or by blocking certain bits. Okay. In this also, to drop the parity bits, we use the compression box, which reduces the 8 bits of parity using the compression P box. That we call it as parity bit drop. Okay. What bits it will drop in this is, it drops the parity bit 8, 16, 24, 32. Why? Because we are using a 7-bit, 8-bit, okay. The next 8-bit will be considered as the parity bit. We use 8-bit block where the last bit will be considered as the parity bit. Okay, 1 byte will be considered for one block. Okay, the last bit will be considered as parity bit. So, in first block, 8th bit will be suppressed. In second block, 16th bit will be suppressed. In third block, 24th bit is applied. Like this, last the 64th bit will be dropped or considered as the parity bit and will be dropped from the further processing. Okay. From the 64-bit key, we have total of 64-bit key. From that, 8 bits, last 8 bit in each block will be dropped and permutes the rest of the bits, and all the other bits will be permuted. Okay, using the, as we know it is P box, it permutates the bits. So, here we have a table which shows the permutation of the parity bit drop, the bits which are left after parity bits have been dropped. This is a random table. It is not fixed that always the first output port will be directed from 57th input port. This is a random table. It may change with the next key. There may be next key that is applied. Okay. When you perform next operation, next encryption, the table may change. Okay. But at this table, we have a table of 8 and 7 matrix, 8 columns and 7 rows, which total makes the 56 bits. We have a random table after parity drop. Alright. Next comes is, once the parity is dropped, the next process is dividing it into 28 bits block. For 28 bits block, after that we use shift left. For shift left hardware and software, we input 28 bits. Alright. After the straight permutation is done. Once the parity bits are dropped, the key is divided into two 28-bit parts. Two 28-bit parts will be made. Now we have the 28-bit parts. Each part is shifted left 1 or 2 bits. As we know, for certain rounds, one bit will be shifted for left position. In some other rounds, 2 bits will be shifted for the left position. Okay. And then once the shift left operation is executed, the 2 parts are then combined to form again a 56-bit part. Again 28 will be combined to form 56 bits. Here we have a table representation which shows all the rounds from 1 to 16, where the first round takes 1 bit, second round takes 1 bit, again 9th row takes 1 bit, and the 16th bit takes again 1 bit shifting. In first round, 1 bit will be shifted. Since it is the first position, 1 bit will be shifted for left. In second also, first one bit will be shifted left, then the 7th bit is used, or one byte is considered here from 2 to 9, and the 8th bit again will shift only one bit. Again from 9th to 16th, the last bit in this set again shifts only one bit to the left. Other rounds will shift 2 bits per round. Okay, per round 2 bits will be shifted for left position. Okay, next thing is compression permutation using the compression P box or compression permutation. In this compression permutation, it changes the 58 bits to 48 bits, okay, which are used as a key for a round. For one round, we make use of 48 bits from 56 to 48. Again, 8 bits will be dropped. 8 bits will be dropped in this, and remaining 48 bits will be permutated. The permutation will be random for each round, okay, because each 48 round key will have different combination of the bits. Okay, key will not be same. For each round, key will be different. Round key will be different. That means permutation will happen in different way for each of the 16 Feastel rounds. Alright, here we have the matrix of 8 columns and 6 rows. Okay, 48 bits, 8 into 6, 48. 48 bits of table will be used. This is one example of permutation table in case of the compression permutation, which generates the 48 bit. Alright. In the last session, we studied the algorithm for the DES function, isn't it? How does DES function happens? Now we have the algorithm or pseudocode for key generation, round key generation, which has two functions. One is the key generator, main function is the key generator, which has the input variables key with parities 64 bits, round keys of 48 bits, and shift table. Okay, in this first function we call in the key generator is the permutation from 64 to 56 with parity bits. Cipher key generation, we need a variable for cipher, and parity drop table. After the parity bits are dropped, parity drop table must be ready. Now next thing is splitting. Once the parity bits are dropped, next thing is splitting the 56 bits into 28 bit blocks, 56 to 28, which generates or which is fed to the variable cipher key, again divided into left key and right key. Now cipher key will have 56 key. This 56 key is fed to the variables left key with 28 bits and right key with another 28 bits. Round will be 1 to 16 looping. Now shift left for the first left key uses the shift table. As we know, we have shown the shift table. Next comes is the shift left, right key. Now right part of 28 bits, again we use the shift table. Now once the shift left operation is over, next function we call is the combine function. Combine function combines 28 bits back into the 56 bits by combining the data from variables left key and right key and pre-round key. Applying the compression, before applying the compression, there will be a pre-round key. Now, next function that is called is permutate using the compression permutation box. Now, 56 must be reduced to 48 using the variables pre-round key, round keys, the final round key, and key compression table. Once the extra bits are 8 bits are dropped from the 56 bits, remaining 48 bits will be stored in the form of a key compression table, in the form of a matrix will be stored. Okay. Next comes is the shift left function. How does shift left function will work is, it uses two variables, two blocks of 28 bits and number of shifts. How much bit must be shifted? Okay. It will be from I equals 1 to number of shifts. How much time shift operation must be executed. Now we have block 1, maybe left and right. Okay. Now we have for J 2 to 28 bits. 1 will be as it is, 1 is 1 shift left. Now J 2 to 28 will be jth position will be shifted to j minus 1. If it is 1, shifted to 0th. If it is 2, shifted to 1. If it is 3, shifted to 2. Value in bit j will be shifted to j minus 1. Next, we get total shifted block of 28 bits. Alright, this is the general pseudocode or algorithm that can be used while generating a round key of 48 bits. Along with that, we have the permutation function that we have studied in the last session. Then combining it, shift left and shift right will be, we can create the algorithm. Maybe you can do it as an exercise. Now we have the pseudocode or algorithm for the shift left operation. Alright. Next we have some of the examples that shows you how does the encryption and the decryption will be carried out in case of the DES. Alright. What we choose is a random plain text. We can choose a random plain text block and a random key. As I said, key is not prefixed. It will change with each of the fiscal rounds. Alright. Random key and determines what the ciphertext block would be generated when we follow all these steps. Alright. The representation here, as binary takes too much space, hexadecimal is used. Alright. The plain text is this one. This is not the actual message which is in the English format. It is converted to hexadecimal representation, but finally when hardware part executes it, it will be in the again the binary representation. Okay. Plain text, and this is the random key we use of size, how much? 64 bits. Alright. 64 bits are represented in hexadecimal. Now we have trace of data for the example. Plain text is this one. After initial permutation, the result is this one. Again, this is not fixed. It will be changing with each execution. Okay. This text is divided into two parts, L and R. Now we have L0 in the left position and R0 in the right position. Okay. which is permutated. Again it is shifted. Now at the end of the round 1, it is shifted to the left using the swapper. The L0 is shifted to right. Now we use the round key which was generated from this random key by dropping the 64 bits, first 8 bits and another 8 bits. Total 16 bits will be dropped before getting a round key. Okay, we get the round key. For the round key OR operation, right key and the round key is combined to perform a XOR operation or exclusive OR operation. Now again this is shifted to left and right. What you can observe here is the permutation result of this round will be input for the next round in the adjacent part. If it is in the right, the result of round second or any round in the right position will be the input for the next round in the left position. Okay, so this is the left part which is permutated and right part and the round key. This is, as I said, it is entirely random, not ever it is fixed, it always goes on changing. Alright, then we have 16 rounds. Each time it is permutated and shifted, permutated and swapped. Mixer and swapper is used. Mixed and swapped, again mixed and swapped, mixed, swapped, or swapped and mixed, both the things. There is no much difference in that. After combination, in the last round, we use the mixer only, not the swapper. That's why the round 15 has the result CF26B472. Since we don't use swapper here, same result will be carried for the round 16. Okay, it is not swapped. When it is combined, we get the ciphertext which is given below. Okay. Again, after combination, final permutation is done. Once the final permutation is done, the actual ciphertext we get is this one. Okay. So after final permutation. Alright. Next, let's check with the decryption. How does the decryption will be carried in this? Alright. Let us see how Bob at the destination or the receiver at the destination can decipher the ciphertext. Decryption can be carried out using the same key. We use the same key. We have the table representation of the cipher text. So we use initial permutation. Once this ciphertext is applied initial permutation, again it is split L0, R0. Now we have 16 rounds. Now we have not shown all the rounds. This is random one. Again we use the left and right part and a round key of 48 bits is used. Same set of 48 bits will be applied here. Okay. So you can observe it will be in the reverse order. The last round key that is used in the 16th round will be the first round key that is used in the decryption. So you can observe here. So next key, that is this key is used in the next round. Again all the 16 rounds will be followed with the reverse order of keys. Okay, this time we don't use the key generator because already key is there. So the receiver end doesn't uses the hardware or the software for key generation. There is no process of key generation. Okay, key generation is carried out only in the sender part or sender system. Okay, sender part of network. It doesn't uses the receiver part of network, doesn't uses the key generator. All right, all the 16 bits again combined to form the plain text. It is not actual plain text. Again final permutation is done which generates the actual plain text that will be generated in the data encryption standard. All right. Again it is split into two parts. Same procedure but in the reverse order will be carried out. Last position or last round again does not using any swapper here. So what happens? The same bits, okay, same bits will be carried out for the 16th round with the first key that is used in the first round. So same key is used 72DE8C. So same key will be used here and the decrypted text will be obtained and again the final permutation will be carried out for the plain text. Okay, this is all about how the DES is going to encrypt the plain text using the DES and the key generator, and how does the same DES uses the structure, different permutation boxes to decipher or decrypt the text using the initial and the final permutation and the same 16 Fischl rounds. First approach uses this one without using swapper in the last round, but you can alternatively use the another swapper. You can add 2 swappers in the last round which nullifies the effect of this swapper and gives you the actual ciphertext and the actual plain text. Okay. In the next session, I am going to explain you how to analyze the DES ciphering. Okay, how to cryptanalyze the cipher. Okay, that is the data encryption standard cipher. All right. Thank you.